maybe mute your end? Hey everybody, how you doing? This is AJ from AJ's Personal Touch, and Kaylin will be with us soon. Happy Valentine's Day, and welcome in to anybody coming in. When you come in, please let us know what's in your cup. I have peppermint tea because my tummy's upset tonight. And what's on your hook? I have multiple things below me. I just haven't picked one of them up yet. And I have, let me get this one right over here. I have my start at knitting because I finally sat down to try and learn knitting. I'm only working on the knit stitch so far, but I started off with only having aluminum type needles and had to buy just a set of birch ones, and it's making it so much easier. It's raining yarn. Hello. Hi. It's great to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. Russell, sorry. I was thinking of somebody else for a second. But I know that's you. Hi, Amby. How are you? Happy Valentine's Day. Amby says hello from my creative corner of creation. Ooh. But again, I started learning how to knit, so I have these right here. Although I'm probably not going to work on those while we're here because I need to concentrate on them. So I usually can't talk while I'm doing it. Kathy says, hi, everyone. Happy Valentine's Day. I hope you're all having a great Valentine's Day. Kaylin will be with us in a minute. She has to do something really quick for the boy. So, Russell says he's at work here. My Hirschner's yarn haul will be here tomorrow. Oh, I am so jelly because there are so many things I would love to get on this sale, but you guys are hearing it here. I don't think I've said it on my channel yet, but I am on a total freeze right now. I got bills to pay, so money's going towards bills and not towards yarn.
Hey, I'm here finally.
Hey. Amby says she's not feeling so great.
Oh, goodness.
It's the day, I guess. I don't know. I'm having myself just a little bit of issues with my chronic pancreatitis. So
What I have from Dr. Pepper and what I have on my hook that I'm going to work on tonight is the Ultimate Sacrifice shawl.
It's so gorgeous. She's been doing so amazing with this.
I'm about to start row 34 of 38, so I'm almost done with it.
You know what? I think I'm going to pick up the baby blanket that I am designing.
Yay. Hey, Amby, how are you? Besides not feeling great.
Yeah. There we go. Oh, Mel got here.
Aiden's over there mumbling.
You throw that away from me. It's an advertisement.
And I was making him.
I have a regular card with them, not a business card.
I love the color. Yes, ma'am. Me too. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you.
For anybody who has not seen, this is the start of the baby blanket that I am designing. I'm excited.
So pretty.
Kaylin already said she's going to test it for me.
Yes, I am. Amby says it.
Oh, thank you, Amby. Give it a couple more minutes for people to come on in.
Kathy says pretty good.
Thank you, Kathy. Oh, I just realized I sent out my Valentine's to everybody and I forgot to send one to Russell. Sorry, Russell. Oh, I'm so inconsistent today. I had to be up early morning, had a eye doctor's appointment at 8:15, and I had to go pick out my new glasses, which will be completely different than what you guys have seen me in. So,
Speaking of glasses, Kaylin's getting some new glasses too.
yeah, awesome. Russell says it's okay. He's still working on my box of yarn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, goodness. Thank you, Abby. So Abby's telling everybody to come on and get those thumbs up. Thank you so much. Always appreciative. One of these days, maybe I will make it past 400 subscribers. I think I've been stuck at 330 for the last 2 years. So
I see 362.
really, then maybe I have gone up some in the last couple days. I haven't looked at it in probably about a week or two. I know I've had a couple new people, but I didn't think I had that many. Awesome. Maybe I'll hit that 400 mark.
Right.
Alrighty there. So today or tonight, we are talking about goals, which we know we're a month late, but you know what? I'm behind on everything. I haven't even done my video for my goals on my channel yet. So but we're talking about our goals that we want to do for AJ's and Kay's Yarny Tales.
Yes.
So the first goal is kind of like a mission statement / goal, and it's to educate and learn about different Yarny concepts. So we want to have things that we can go and, look up on the internet, maybe find the origin or how it got started, things like that. Abby says, well, you're doing better than me. I've only done one video this year. Yeah, I've gotten videos up. I just haven't gotten my goals one up yet. So then Kaylin's going to read our second goal. We only have 3, so it's not a long list.
Oh, yeah. And the thing is I forgot to print it, so I'm trying to bring it up on my computer, and it's being slow.
That's okay. You want me to do number 2 and let you do the last one?
Just one second. I think I got it.
Okay.
You might need to go ahead and read number 2, and I'll read number 3. Will you go find out? Oh, never mind. There he is.
Okay. Fluff, leave her alone. Sorry, we had look like it. Yes, Russell, Kaylin has a channel. It's Kay's Crochet Haven. It's right there underneath her on her picture there. And I have Nightbot on, so the link to her channel should be coming up. And it's also always listed in my details, although details don't pop up on lives. And sometimes I forget, and I know I haven't put them on this one yet. But on any of my regular videos, it's always down in the bottom. But it will be coming along here.
Did you send it to me?
Yes, I did.
I don't see it.
Kaylin. Well, I took the picture using your. Evidently, it didn't go through. And unless I accidentally sent it to somebody else and they're going, why do I have a list of goals sitting here?
I was wondering.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
I took the picture and everything right after
Yeah.
the other day. There you go. Sorry, guys. I sent it to her. I don't know. You know, there's always glitches with Facebook.
Yep. Okay, so let it open real quick. And then I'll read it because I can't read it in that little tiny chat box.
Russell just threw yarn in your window. Just subscribe to your channel.
Thank you. I think I'm already subscribed to you, but I will make sure because I know you have a channel.
Yeah, it's raining yarn.
Okay. Another goal that we want to do is talk about yarny concepts that y'all want to talk about or that are you're interested in. And then we are always open to y'all's ideas. That's our second goal. So whenever you tell us, hey, this is something I've never heard of, can you do some research on it and tell me more? That's what we're going to do.
Yep. Russell says it pours yarn. And then the last that we put on here as a goal is that we want to try to find someone who's knowledgeable about the things that you want to know about. If it's something that we ourselves are not knowledgeable in. Hey, Terry, welcome in. Welcome, Nana's Crochet Ideas. It's good to see you. Anyway, who is knowledgeable about the things that you want to learn about, you know, experts or someone who's just knowledgeable on the subject.
Right.
Like, I'm waiting to hear back from her. She already said she would do it. I just sent her a couple dates. I'm just waiting for her to message me back about the dates. But we have somebody, one of my favorite people, coming to talk to us about dyeing yarn. And that should be in April.
Can't wait.
And I am excited. She's one of Kaylin's favorite people too. So we're both really excited about that.
We'll be starstruck.
I'll let you be starstruck. Her and I have talked for a while, so she's very, very nice. So anyway, those are our 3 main goals for the year. And number 2 is really the one that is our most important. We really want to be able to look into the things that you guys want to hear about. But again, we're hoping to do more things that we have to research on and look into. So not things like tell us about the different, you know, sizes of yarn, because those types of things you can go on almost anybody's channels and learn about them. Or we have already done videos on them on our own channels. So we want to go into other things. I'm trying to think about one of the things that we had recently talked about that we were going to see if we could find. Oh, we want to look up and see if we can find the reason why the UK uses the systems that they use for crochet, and why, you know, in the US they decided to go with a different system. See if we can find the reasons for that, because I've always wondered, why is that?
Yeah, for real.
Russell says, I'll be dyeing yarn this summer when I can get outside. I have acid dyes. Awesome. I want to get some acid dyes, and my husband said he'll help me to go outside. I don't have a whole lot of yarn to dye that can be dyed right now, but I have probably, I want to say 6 hanks of the really good stuff. And then I have some cotton that I've gotten that's off white and white that I got tie-dye yarn to dye that. And then I have Kool-Aid and Easter egg dye and different things to and cake decorating dye from when I used to cake decorate. Um, and I've been saving avocado pits and skins to do natural dyeing with that because it makes a really pretty salmon color.
I was going to say something about natural dyes because today we use this. We make this dressing for our salads. We call it our house dressing, and it's made and it stinks really bad and it tastes like crap to me.
Cool.
So, but it's such a pretty color. Whenever I drained the juice today, whenever I was making it, I was like, I wonder what that would look like on some yarn.
What is it made out of?
Beets.
Okay. I didn't hear it had skipped again for a second there. Yeah, I can't stand beets, but they sure are pretty.
Mm-hmm. Russ says he's got to go.
Love everybody. Love you too, Russell. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Yeah, and I've asked, I think Russell may be coming back to do a live with me at some point.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
But that's my channel, I guess. That's not here. So
Right, yeah. Amy says she hates beets but loves the color too.
Mm-hmm. My grandma used to always eat beets. She used to eat them more chilled than, to warm them up or anything. But oh, the smell.
They stink so bad. We get the canned beets, so they're already like, I guess, cooked or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They stink. And then we call it pink stuff because there's no real name for it. Like it's not something like ranch or Thousand Island. But we call it our house dressing, and I had to make some this morning. But it's just such a pretty color, but they just stink so bad.
Amby said my nana loved beets. Yeah. Actually, both my grandmas and both my grandpas ate beets. So
Not me. Not Kayla.
Love.
What?
I think he's going after a little bit.
They've been praying.
Okay.
Your mother-in-law used to can beets.
She did? Bob said my mother-in-law used to can beets.
Oh, wow.
Kathy says I love beets. Cold and pickled, not hot.
Ew.
Well, that's another way that our twinship is not the same.
Like they made me taste the pink stuff. Like when I first started working there, they're like, when you first start working here, you have to taste this. It's like a rite of passage. And I was like, yeah, I know you're full of crap, but I'll taste it anyways because I've been wondering what it tastes like. And I was like, no. I mean, but it's not something I would eat. It didn't make me want to immediately like spit it out or anything, but it's just like, no.
Hey.
So I'm assuming that you also have ranch dressing on your menu.
Yes, we do.
Okay, because I don't know if it's just a thing for the North or if it's the same in the house, but a lot of people, when they say it's a house dressing, it's usually ranch.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what a lot of people think, but we call the pink stuff our house. Because we have a spoon that says house and a spoon that says ranch.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
As
Terry,
long as you have one that says ranch too. Yeah, Terry said she likes beets too.
Dreamy.
Hi, Trini. Welcome in. We are talking about goals, which we've already listed our 3 goals for the year. And the next thing, I guess, on our list is we wanted to know what goals do you guys have for the year?
Yeah. Tell us y'all's goals.
If you have a channel, it can be a channel goal. If, not, it can be a personal goal. I always think, I mean, we're going to be telling our goals here, our channel goals in a minute, but I always think it's better to wait a month to get your goals down anyway, because most of mine are still the same as I had thought of at the end of the year. But, things just change. If you think, oh, I really want to do this, let it set for a month and see what you truly want to do.
Meow.
I used to have a word for a year, and I realized this is the first year I didn't think of a word for my year. Oh well. Ambi says, I have a few crafty and reading goals and some personal goals. Okay. My yarn is tangling the yarn from the one end of this skein that's like the end yarn keeps coming up and tangling with my working yarn.
Meow.
Kathy says I have a few personal goals, but nothing set in stone.
Right. Try not to make too many, but when I do try to make some, I like make them where they're like unachievable.
Mm-hmm. Manageable goals.
Yes, there you go. Aiden done came and went.
Yeah.
Now he's back outside skating on a skateboard.
Had to have his tacos, eat and leave, huh?
I can't believe I ran out of taco seasoning. That was crazy.
Well, as much as he eats tacos.
I know, and that's the thing. I had like a whole bunch, and apparently when I did the last one, I thought it wasn't the last one. I thought I was going to get the last one just now, and then there was none in there.
Maybe somebody came and borrowed a packet.
I have no idea. But
Ambi says, I'm hosting a year-long craftathon and readathon. Ambi Ambi-a-thon crafting and Ambi-a-thon reading. Okay. And I'd like to do all the crafty and reading prompts.
cool.
Is that what your one video that you've done this year is about? I am so behind on everybody's videos. I haven't.
Me too.
I have to finish catching up on Kaylin's. I got to a certain point and then had to stop. And then I was going to go and check your channel, Ambi. I finally caught up. I'm all caught up on Donna's. I'm almost caught up on Terry's. Yes, it is. Okay. That's just because I haven't watched her new ones that she just put up at the beginning of the month. Actually, one of my lifetime goals is being met. Well, it's partially being met. And it's not like my whole lifetime goals because I didn't know it was something that I needed or wanted to do when I was younger because I didn't really know much about it. But I've been wanting to read the Bible for a while, and I'm doing Terry's crochet along, and we're reading the New Testament this year. So I'm meeting a goal with that. So when I'm done with that, I just need to go and find where I left off reading the Old Testament and finish reading that. Okay, Abby says you can find the prompts on our community tab. Drini wants to know what we're working on. I'm working on a baby blanket that I'm actually designing.
And I'm working on the ultimate sacrifice shawl.
And what are you working on, Drini? We usually ask when people come in, what's in your cup and what's on your hook.
She's probably working on something in Auburn colors because that's her favorite team.
Oh, is she the one that you fight with?
Yeah. Well, she's one of three.
I should say play with, not fight with. She said beautiful. Yeah, that shawl is gorgeous. I plan on making it one of these days. Come on. Got my hook stuck. This one's a little bit hard to do while I'm working because it's got smaller yarn and my hook keeps getting stuck in it. Thank you, Amby. I just realized that. Is my Nightbot not working?
No, it's working.
Okay. I hadn't seen it post anything. Maybe it's just not showing up in the StreamYard today then. Because that's Amby who's putting our channels in there.
Hey, never mind. It's not Nightbot. I thought it was. Dreeny working on a sweater scarf, and I'm not going to say RTR because those are bad words.
Come here.
Did you forget to turn Nightbot on?
No, it's on, but it said that it needed to join my channel. And I'm like, you've been joined to my channel for I don't know how long. And it told me to make it a moderator. And I'm like, you are a moderator.
Amby said she hadn't seen it. That's why she's posting the links.
Thank you, Amby.
Yes, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, that was one of the last things I turned on. Roll Tide roll, Amby says.
War Eagle.
Don't make Kaylin mad now.
I don't get mad.
Okay. Bob said you get even.
Yeah, I get even. Meow.
Oh, maybe it's because I don't have the live open on my channel.
No, you shouldn't have to have that open.
And I just have it in StreamYard. I didn't think so, but I almost always do. Oops, there we go. And I don't have it on live chat either. So there we go. Got that taken care of.
Amber says, go dogs.
Woo, woo, woo. I saw, who is it? Turtle Tees, I think is the name of the place that sells some different t-shirts.
Mm-hmm.
They have a sale going on all their cat t-shirts right now. Mm-hmm. And they have one of a cat sitting next to an empty cage with the door open. And the cat says, I let the dogs out.
Oh, that's funny.
I was like, too cute. Yeah. I'm just going to look at this for a minute. Sorry about that.
I don't know how.
If anybody can figure out how to not have automatic video starting when you open up pages, let me know. I have turned it off in settings and everything, and I still have it.
You mean on YouTube?
Yeah, on YouTube.
You open up YouTube and it automatically starts playing?
Yep. Always. No matter whose channel it is or whatever. Always. And it's driving me crazy. I know, as my husband would say, a short drive, but still.
Mm-hmm.
So let me see. I'm trying to make sure that Nightbot wasn't kicked out of being a mod. Community. Oh, there's somebody I can get rid of. No, Nightbot is still in here as a mod. Oh, well. It didn't want to turn on for me at first, so maybe they're having a problem with Nightbot tonight. I know it says something about their terms of services are changing in March, but it's not March yet.
Mine doesn't automatically play whenever I go to somebody's channel.
Mine automatically plays. That's why you guys hear it. But I'm not on my phone. I'm on laptop. Well, it should be working now because it's telling me the top chatter is AMB. So it should be connected on here now.
See, I'm on StreamYard on my phone, but I'm on my laptop when it shows me your homepage. It doesn't start playing a video.
Okay. Yeah, for some reason mine, no matter where I am, my homepage, somebody else's, and that's why if I go to open up things when I'm here, it always, you can hear it. I've clicked because I think it's in the whatever, I can't think now. The place where you change things and how you want it.
Oh, the settings?
The settings. I've gone to the settings and turned it off there because if I remember right, there was a setting in there, but it still does it. I can shut it off, the volume, and it won't come on sometimes for anybody as long as I have the volume completely shut off. But then as soon as I turn it on, it will, every time I open up a new page, it will start. Now, it did stop the automatic starting of videos like when I'm done with one.
Yeah.
And the one after it. But every time I open a page, it will play.
Or like an auto playlist or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess it's not like if I would open up your page, it wouldn't start unless you have an intro video that I haven't seen. But if I have a video open, you know how you leave a tab with a video on it and you go back to it later, it will just automatically start it.
I have no idea.
Doesn't do it on anybody else's. Cool. Must be my computer. It's unique.
Like the operator.
Sort of like the operator. Yep. Got it. Maybe it's just because I leave videos up. But every time I open my channel, it automatically, I hear my intro video go off. Oh, well. I'll figure it out one of these days. I've looked all over. I've gone to the help part. I've done everything. So. Okay. Ready to start telling our own goals?
Sure, I'll let you go.
Of course you will.
I'm cough everywhere.
You what?
Trying not to cough.
Oh, sorry. I just have a few goals. I meant to rewrite this, but one of my goals from the beginning of the year was to start working on Christmas starting in January, which I did on January 31st. I started working on Christmas items
Yay.
to make sure it fit into January. But to work on them throughout January and throughout the whole year so that when it gets to December, I am not frantically crocheting and up nights before Christmas. And then it's like you don't get to enjoy Christmas as well then because I'm exhausted.
Right, yeah.
So the next one is I can work on multiple items as long as one is a whip. And the whip has to be from my whip container of things that are a year and older. The only exception to that is right now I'm working on a couple baby sweaters. So I'm considering those my whip right now. And once those are done, then I will start on my older stuff.
Okay.
And I had a moose to finish that somebody had commissioned. So I considered that my whip, my extreme whip that had to be done. And I
Right.
got that finished and given to its owner along with the taco rattle that I made for her. And she just loved it. It's so when I gave it to her, I was like, I don't want to let it go. And she was like, I don't want to give this to my grandbaby. I want to keep it. So she said, I think this is going to be a toy at my house. We can play with at grandma's house.
Right, yeah.
Oh, and I'm going to start reading Anna Karenina again, which I almost actually picked it up and did a video yesterday, but I wasn't. I had a migraine, so I was trying to wait for it to go away. But that will be within the next couple weeks because I want to see where the story goes.
Right.
That and I have a list of books that I want to read once it's done. I've already pretty much read since it's a huge book for anybody who's seen it. I mean, it's huge.
Yeah.
And I've pretty much already read one book. And it's sectioned off into books. And I think I can't remember if I'm on book 2 or book 3, but not all the books are sectioned,
Right.
the same size as the other. But as far as how many pages I've read a normal size novel or book or whatever. So
Right.
I just have to get back to it to finish it. And then another special one for my channel is I want to always, except for the next cal coming up because it's kind of a straggler left from last year. I want to always get input from everybody in my group and my channel about what the next cal is going to be. So hopefully I get a little bit more people who are participating in it.
Right.
But I love our little core of us that always work on it. So, but I know I put up a post last year of what things people would like to see. And some of them, one lady had said baby items, which is right up my alley right now. So, but yeah, I'll probably put up a post before when I'm finishing up one cal to get ready for the next one to see what people want.
Yeah.
Try to go from there. Or maybe more in the middle so I have time to find a pattern that's free.
Right.
I already did my next goal, which was to set up Google Meeting. That you need to have a Gmail address to use it. And it said you didn't have to have the, if you're using your phone, you didn't have to have the app, but Kaylin had to download the app on her phone.
Yeah.
Ever since they got rid of the rooms and the groups on Facebook, I've been trying to find an easier way to get everybody to chat than everybody having to be my friend on Facebook and me calling everybody every time.
Right.
It's easier when you can just send a link and they can join in that way. And yesterday seemed to go nicely on Google Meeting once we were in there. The only
Yeah.
thing is you can only, if you don't get the paid for version, you can only stay in for an hour. So when we hit the hour, because we usually are in there for 2 hours, we have to all leave and then I have to reset a new one and post another link. So that's a little bit of a pain, but I know if I keep set up something like I can send out the same link every time, because I need to ask her how that works, because I chat with somebody and that's how I learned about Google Meeting.
Mhm.
She sets up play dates, and because her and I are using the same time every time we talk, um, she said I could use the same link, but I'll have to ask her how that works,
Yeah.
because it didn't say anything about me being able to reuse the links when I looked into it yesterday.
Mhm.
Because if that's the case, then hopefully I can set up one for the first hour and then have the other one for the second hour. I can post them both, and say this is the first hour's link and this is the second hour's link, and make it easier all around.
Right.
And that's it for my channel goals. All the rest are personal goals. Oh, I guess there was one more, cat toys. Um, because I donate cat toys, and last year I had Fridays. I would try to get everybody together to work on cat toys. Um, Again, I need to put up and see what day is better for people. And I think I would like to change it to Mondays, but to see if that works well with everybody else. So, and then, ask to see if I should keep it virtual like it has been, or maybe I should do a live like this where people can come in. But I know there are a couple people who don't like it that way, because then when you have questions, it's hard to crochet and type in a question instead of just asking when you're virtual.
Right.
So I'm thinking I'm going to keep it virtual. I mean, if people don't want to be looked at, they don't have to use their cam. They can just have, whatever their icon picture show.
Turn off the camera. You can
The only thing I have left,
need to yell at kids and stuff like that. I mean, do it all the time.
the only other thing I have are personal goals. So your turn, madam.
I don't have a whole lot of goals for my channel. The one goal that I try for since I've started my channel is to stay consistent with videos. That is my only problem. Right now it's because of my my full-time regular job. But sometimes it's just because I just don't crochet or anything, and I don't want to just come on here and talk about nothing. So who would want to do that? That is my number one goal for always. And number two is to find something that I can stay consistent. I don't think I could be reading a book to anybody because I really, really suck at reading out loud. So I don't do anything like that. And my problem is I say a lot too. That's another thing I try to work on, is not saying that.
So
But
do I, and I think that I'm doing well at it. And then he's like, "Did you realize you just said
right, like what? Yes, but because my brain just talks to me while I'm talking, and then sometimes I forget what I was thinking about, or sometimes I forget what I even said.
Yep, I do that.
But all the time. But I need to find something that I can stay consistent with, and have. I need time is what I really need. That's all I need is time. I need to time manage my time better. That's another goal. We'll say that. Manage my time better.
Time management. I think that's everybody's goal to figure out.
Right. Well, I mean, sometimes if I don't have time, like for the past 2 weeks, I've not put out my video where I show the outside while I'm crocheting. What I used to do at my sister's house, but I have to do it differently now. Um, for the past 2 weeks, I have not been able, I have content for it. I just haven't been able to edit the content to be able to put it up. I've been running nonstop for the past 2 weeks. But I guess maybe my number one goal should be time management and then consistency after that.
Do you find that a lot of people like the one where you sit outside and crochet and don't say anything?
Yeah, I get like 30 plus views on those.
Okay, cool. I've started doing some like Russell does. For those who are in here, it's Raining Yarn was in here earlier, and that's Russell. He does he'll either, show his stuff that he gets, like his yarn or whatever, or he sits and he crochets and he chats with everybody while he crochets.
Right, yeah.
So I've started doing those, but I had thought about maybe trying yours where you just sit and you don't chat, you just
Yeah. I have like 3 videos, which my last video, no one told me that I didn't mute the little video. So you hear what I'm listening to while I'm crocheting, because that's what I watch. I either watch YouTube or Netflix or something, or I listen to a book, and I'll sit here and I'll crochet in front of the camera. But no one told me, and I went back to see which one I was on, and I opened it, and I was like, oh my gosh, you can totally hear Supernatural playing in the background.
all right, Ro.
Yeah, can get a copyright strike on that. That's so strange. But I've already edited it, and I'm going to re-upload it and take that one down just in case somebody says something and then I get in trouble. But it had a no copyright on it, so I posted it thinking, okay, yeah, of course, the birds aren't going to have anything copywritten. But I was like, whole Supernatural was in the background. So I already have that, like I said, already edited, and I got to get my phone to save it. My phone is really strange. It keeps telling me that it cannot save to retry because it's too big or whatever. But I have the iCloud, so I don't know why it's telling me that my phone storage isn't enough. Ain't it supposed to send it to the iCloud and take it off my phone?
I don't know. I don't know how that works. I think sometime, I don't know.
Garfield.
I just don't know. I have because I have my Amazon account and I have Amazon Prime, I started using the Amazon photo.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I send all of my photos to. And even though I have the app that I can access it, it doesn't keep the all of the size of everything is on their site. It's not in my phone.
Oh.
So I think the app itself uses may have, and if I took the app off completely, I wouldn't have anything at all.
Right.
I would have to access them all from my computer, but there are times that I want to access it from my phone. It's not, I do keep some pictures on my phone, like on the regular part of the phone, but most of them I put on there, but you can still only put a few videos on there. So for myself, once I put them up, I tend to delete my videos, or I keep them on my computer if it's something that I don't want to accidentally, get rid of. Kahlua. Oh, Mama accidentally hit that. Stop. You want to say hi to everybody? Is that it? You want to say hi? You want to be the co-host?
Hello.
Say hi.
Okay, kitty.
Yeah. Is your cloud full? Terry's asking, because you are limited on how much you pay.
It's not full. It's like this much on a line that's like that big.
Okay.
It's just my phone storage. Like I go to the general, I go to the settings, go to general, then I go to iPhone storage, and I'm at 56 on it. But a lot of it, the biggest part of it said apps today. Normally it's the other way around. I have 0 apps versus a whole bunch of videos, but I go through and delete all my videos.
Mm-hmm.
So like after I post them to YouTube, I delete them off my phone, and then I delete them out of the trash. But I think it's because I here recently I've had to download a couple more apps. I guess what I'm going to have to do is just go through and see which ones I really, really, really want to keep and just delete the other ones.
Yeah, I have to do that every once in a while. And, my iPhone has, decent storage, but I just have to do that. Kahlua. Sorry.
Yeah.
Somebody knows it's close to tea time for her.
Yeah.
That, and she wants my legs up. So I'm moving my chair back so my legs can go up a little bit. Give her spot that she lays in.
Right.
But she just jumped off. She's like not too happy.
Hola, Maritza.
Hi, Maritza. Good to see you. Whew. So other than my channel goals, I just have a couple personal goals, which is to finish up the back room, to get it all cleaned up and get everything finished putting away. I was going to say, ooh, we missed Kaylin. We bopped her off. And to get my room rearranged as well and get it finished. Both are started. I just have to get them finished and have the energy to do it. Ooh, we lost her. Okay, Mom's got to put it back up because when she comes back, I have to let her back on. There's Nightbot. Maybe it wasn't showing up while Kaylin was on here. What in the world? Clue. You can't see her. She's trying to. I always thought that when cats did that, oh, she jumped down. I was going to try and show you. When they rub against the computer, I always think they're trying to pet themselves with the computer. But we've been watching a lot of Alan Galaxy. Not Alan, Jackson Galaxy. He's like a pet guru person. And helps people train their cats, or not really train them, but figure out what's wrong with them when they're having issues, and to help them get along with other cats. Anyway, I learned from watching him that cats have scent glands up here in their cheek area. So when they are rubbing against things like that, they're trying to scent it with their scent. There she is.
Sorry, I had a phone call and then it messed me up. I couldn't hear you or anything, so I had to go out and come back in.
Just to let you know, Maritza, it's raining yarn. Russell had to leave. But I'm sure he would say hi back if he was still here.
Yes, he would.
He was at work. He was sneaking in during work.
Oh, I do that all the time too. I do.
Yep. When I do lives, she tries to come in and listen while she's at work. Or when we do the cows, and if she can't because she's working, she'll try to come in at least and talk a little bit with us.
Yeah, there was one day we were doing it, and I just happened to look at the clock, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I gotta go back to work."
Yeah, and I thought you were at home that day. I was like, oops.
Oh, it's not the first time I've been late to work. I was
I
like,
better watch that. I had the cursor still hovering over your picture. And because I had added you, it brought up the remove because it was hovering right there. I'm like, I better move that cursor.
yeah, don't remove me. I didn't do it.
Last thing I would want to do is accidentally hit it and remove you.
Right.
You know, it's funny. You left and Nightbot sent a message.
Oh, wow.
I was like, oh, I said, it must not have liked Kaylin being here.
Probably. It could be me.
No, it's not you.
I
I
don't know.
think there's something going on with Nightbot because I was sitting here getting upset with it because it wouldn't open for me at first. It took me like 3 or 4 tries to get it to open.
Ouch, shut up. Oh,
See, you're not the only kitty who's doing that, Clue.
sprayed him in the butt. He knows what it is, too, because as soon as I show it to him, he'll shake
Yep.
his.
As soon as we pick ours up, Clue goes running for the other room.
My mom's fat cat. I called him Fatty. She called him Tiger, but I called him Fatty. But he was just a fluffy kitty because she had him shaved one time and he was completely skinny. But I got a water bottle thinking it would help. Mm-mm. He would just sit there. He would let me spray him and spray him and spray him, and then he would get tired, and then he'd get down. And then there was one time I picked it up because he was doing something, and this is all he did. He said, and he squinted his eyes. That was it. He didn't care.
He must have liked water.
He did because he was a weirdo kitty. He would get up in the sink and wait for you to turn the. He would lay in the sink to wait for someone to come in there and turn the water on, so that he would let it drain down his head and down his nose, and he'd lick it when it. Yes, he was a crazy cat. I'm telling you, crazy cat.
Well, Bob's cat that we miss so much, Halford, he used to go in the sink. He'd sit in the sink and he'd wait, but he just wanted somebody to turn it on, not so it would hit his head and drain down, but so he could take his tongue and drink from the faucet and just lick it as it was coming down.
That too, he would lick it while it was coming down, or he'd lick where it was pouring at. But a lot of times he'd just let it drip down his head and down his nose, drink it while it was coming off his nose.
Yeah. So for Christmas, while he was still here, I got a fountain that's in the shape of like a water faucet.
Oh, cool.
And he just loved it so much. And they all love it now, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Except for some of them, like Fluff. When he comes in from outside, he'll go in there to drink and he just puts his whole head right underneath it. And then he comes and he'll sit up in your lap and it's like you get a bath because
Yeah.
all wet.
Yeah. Fatty. One time he scared me so bad because he was in the towel cabinet. When you walked into the bathroom, it was the sink and the mirror right there, and there was a little bit of I guess a bar on the sink, I don't know. And to your left was the towel cabinet. Well, apparently it was open or something, or he opened it up enough where it just shut right behind him, but it didn't ever close all the way. Well, he got in there and I opened the door to the bathroom to go in. And when I did that, he woke up, he stretched. And when he made that door come open, I don't know what I thought was coming out of the cabinet, but it was.
I tell you what, especially with having sometimes 4 cats in the house,
Mm-hmm.
I don't get any privacy. It's just like having Emily when she was little all over again. They follow you to the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
Got to be in the bathroom with you. Although Emily, I could close the door and she'd sit on the outside of the door and put her fingers under the door and be like, Mom.
Right, that's what Garfield does, but sometimes, the majority of the time, he'll bust in the door.
But the cats have got to be in there, except for Clue. She doesn't always have to be in there. Fluff comes in there and he wants petted. And I'm like, okay, I can pet you, at certain points. But at points when you cannot be petting them, he wants me to keep petting him. And then the other night he went to jump up, like he wanted in my lap. And I was like, no. And then he went like he was going over my shoulder and he got me good with his nail because he tried to jump like up this way and I was like no and tried to deter him, and as he went down I got a nail straight down my knee.
Yeah.
Like, whoa.
My sister's cat did that to me. Well, he didn't scratch me, but he was trying to get in my lap and I was like, no, you can't get up here. It's weird. And then
like, hello.
I was trying to do my business, and next thing I know, he's on my shoulder. Like he made it from the ground to my shoulder. And I was like, dude, get off of me.
It's like, I'll reach down and pet you for a minute when I can, but I'm trying to do my business. Leave me alone.
Right.
Kathy says, Izzy lays in the sink and loves playing in the water. Yeah. She says, what's privacy in the bathroom?
Exactly.
And he's still a kitten, so he's still learning.
Yeah.
He'll come in here, and it's like, the rest of the cats are used to everything, and you just got to remember. And Bob always says, he's just a kitten, baby. I'm like, yeah, I know, but.
When I was pregnant with Aiden, my mom's cat was meowing and stuff, and I leaned over to pet him, and, he was moving around and stuff. And he jumped on my back while I was bent over. I had to walk with him like this way because I couldn't get him off because he had done made it to where I couldn't reach him. I had to walk up to somebody and say, excuse me, can you help me? They laughed at me before they helped me. I don't even remember who it was, but I just remember them laughing. I was like, get the cat off while you're laughing, please. But yeah, I had to walk all hunched over because he was on me.
Garfield's like, who are you talking about, Mom?
Right. Someone who could have been your daddy because he's the same color as you, just you're less fluffy. He was an orange fluffy kitty.
What, did I mention somebody else's cat's name? Huh?
Yeah. Amby says our little girl just gets, let's see, what's that say? I can't.
We'll just get up on the sink.
Yeah.
Just pet her because she knows she can't get in my lap. But with Mom and Heather, she gets in their lap. I'm like, I am sorry. There are certain times. And he always tries to get up, like right when I get toilet paper. He's like, pet me. And I'm like, no.
Right.
No, go away. And Little Bit, she's just like, as soon as she sees me going for the bathroom or my bedroom, she's like, Kahlua doesn't like it in there. I'm going to follow Mom so I can have private time with her.
Right. Garfield just tries to beat me into the room wherever it is. So he runs right between my feet, right up underneath my foot. I don't know how many times I've almost tripped and fell on him.
Yes, they got to stop right in front of you too.
And I stepped on him. I stepped on him and tripped over him at the same time because I didn't completely step on him. So I tripped.
We know that, huh, Clue?
And I tell him, I'm like, look, dude, if I fall, we're both dead. I'm going to squish you and I'm going to break my neck. That's all there is to it.
Doesn't that sound familiar? That's like almost exactly what I tell Kahlua. I'm like, Kahlua, if you don't stop that, we're both dead. You're going to kill Mom as I fall to the ground, and you're just going to be squished underneath me. Amby says, and the thing about being bent over and the cat getting on your back, I've had to get cats off my mom's back so many times it's not funny.
I think that was the first time that Fatty had ever did that. So I think that's why laughing happened. But I mean, it's funny if you think about it. It really is. I mean, let's see how much. I was probably about 5 or 6 months pregnant with Aiden, so I didn't have a huge belly yet. But yeah, I had to walk all hunched over. Help, please.
That's probably pretty good you weren't showing too much. That would have been really hard for you to be hunched over if you were.
Exactly. And then too, my mama, her house, it was up on blocks. And
You need to be careful. You're gonna fall off there.
they had like the really high ceilings, like the 12-foot ceilings or 16-foot ceilings, whatever. And then they lowered it and all that stuff. But her windows were really high on the outside. But inside the house, they were right size for a window. But there was a ledge because it was a half cinder block house and then the rest was wood.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Fatty would get on that ledge and he would listen. And if he knew you were coming to the door and about to open it, he would either jump down right in front of you and scare you, or if you were standing there talking, he would get on your shoulder and then climb over and then jump down. He would. He was the strangest cat.
Sounds like he was a smart cat.
Yeah, he was. He was really smart. There was one time, I have pictures on my Facebook. He had his front paws and head on one stool and his butt and back legs on the other, sleeping like that.
Cute.
Yes.
Howdy, fellers.
Howdy, Aiden. We're still alive.
I know.
He knows. He always knows.
Wanted to make sure you knew that.
Roger. I'm going to my room.
Okay.
I forgot he does that when you're live on your channel.
Yeah, he does. Just comes in to say hi.
I'm so used to talking to him when we're private that I forget.
Right, yeah. Well, he can now be seen on Facebook. Why do I keep wanting to say Facebook? He can now be seen on YouTube with no issue because he is 13 now, which he's looked 13 for at least 2 years now because he's been so
Well,
tall.
he looks older than 13 now. So
I know. He's 6 foot tall.
Amby says, Blue, our new cat, will wait until I'm stepping over him to move and I'll almost trip. Yeah, that's what Klua does because she gets right in front of you. But as soon as your foot gets like right behind her, then she'll go to move. Always, if they're laying there and I'm like, okay, I'm going to be quiet and I'm going to step over you so I don't wake you up if you're sleeping on the floor or whatever, boom, that's when they get up and move. And I'm like, I just have to tell myself, wake them up beforehand. Don't try to step over them because I've almost gone down trying to do that with Lil Bit once. And I'm like, nope.
Little bit said lies, they're all lies.
Little Bit just doesn't like being alone, poor thing.
Oh.
When Bob goes to work, she will sit and cry.
Oh.
And if she sees that Clue is awake or asleep now, she'll get up and jump up with me, which she wouldn't do before.
Oh.
Huh? And you wake up and Mom's got 2 kitties on her lap.
The Crochet Queen. Hi, AJ and Kaylin.
Hi, Crochet Queen.
Hi.
Anybody else have any other goals they want to share?
I don't have any personal goals, so that's why I didn't say any. Well,
Do you have any things you're working towards getting for your new apartment or?
I was going to say, well, if you count the fact that I do want to start saving money for a newer car, then that's a personal goal. I think that I'm gonna make that my top goal. And my second goal is to just stop spending money on useless things because I do that a lot.
Kind of hard to do when you have a 13-year-old.
Oh, I know. I know.
Is your car causing you more issues, or is it doing okay now?
No, it's doing good since I replaced the alternator and brake lights or tail lights. The tail lights are used for the tail lights, the brake lights, and the blinkers. So they're needed bulbs. um, but I replaced those and the reverse light bulbs and the alternator. And since then, it's been running good. I just, I need to save up for another car as well because my kid is 13. So by the time he gets 16, he'll be needing a car. And maybe by then, I can just hand him that car down if it's still running. I mean, it's been good since I've replaced the thing, just saying. But maybe by the time he's 16, I can pass him that and let that be his just get back and forth to school.
Mm-hmm.
Have a newer car.
Always good to think ahead.
Yes, that and too, I do want to travel, and I don't trust this car to travel very far on.
Yeah,
So,
you got to come see me.
no, I do. I need to come see a lot of people.
You can come see me, pick me up, and then we can go to Wisconsin and see Kathy.
Yes. And see, then there's places I want to go to. I want to go. I want to see Maine is where I want to go.
Hi, Sanja. Happy Valentine's Day.
Hey, Sandra. Happy Valentine's Day.
We're talking about goals tonight, Sanja. We've already said all of ours, but if you have any goals that you want to do, that you want to share, feel free to share.
Yes, tell us goals. And what you're working on and what you could, what's,
Yes, Kathy said, and go to Hirschner's.
yes, I just made an order with Hirschner's because
You know,
they sent me a text that said they had dollar yarn. So I went and
yeah, Kathy and I ignored that text.
do what?
I said, Kathy and I ignored that text.
I didn't. I
Didn't
couldn't.
want to, but Kathy, Russell told me that when he went there, that it's just a small house front. But I told him that I think when they have the warehouse sale, that they actually open up the warehouse. Because I know I've seen pictures of people going there, like in the big warehouse. But I figured you would know about that before I ever would. So, because he said he was surprised because he thought, oh, I'll get to go and see all the yarns that they have and touch them. But he said it was just a small storefront and they didn't even have, like everything there. So, and I think their big warehouse sale is going on now, unless it's just a truckload sale for online and they do the warehouse later. I can't remember. I know we looked it up because I really wanted to try to get there to visit her this year for that, but not happening. Sonja says her goals are to improve my crochet skills and learn to knit. I am working on a sweater scarf, another sunbunny, as well as a few other things. Kathy says Crafting Kitty says it's in the warehouse and big. Are you the sale or the anytime you go that you can go and shop from the warehouse? And she says improving my finance is another. Well, talking about learning to knit, Sanja, you want to see something? I haven't posted this in the group yet. Talked about it on my channel, but I've only done the knit stitch so far, and that's the most I've done at once. I'm working on a washcloth. I've done everything except for learning how to cast off. The big summer sale. Okay. Yeah, I thought that was in the warehouse. So I try to work on it 5 minutes a day, at least.
So far, I can knit a hat. That's it.
You can knit what?
A hat.
Kaylin's been helping me because she started learning how to knit last year. Isn't that right?
Last year or like mid of the year before that. I can't remember.
Okay.
Yeah. But now, if you want to be technical, about 8 years ago, I was in Dollar General and I saw a box that said learn to knit. And I was like, yes, I want to learn to knit. And when I opened it, this is my knitting story. Okay. I've posted it on my channel. I think I talked about it on one of my lives once. But I was like, yes, I want to learn how to knit because, it's more yarn, So I opened up the paper and I got these 2 knitting needles and I see the yarn. It's just like a little skein, or skein, whatever. And I opened up the paper and it said cast on. And I was like, what is the cast on? I don't know what a cast on is. And then I realized that it's not teaching you how to knit. It's actually teaching you how to knit the hat and the mittens.
And you had to know how to do everything else.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I took it to my mom.
False advertisement.
Exactly. False advertisement. So I took it to my mom and I was like, so this thing says it's going to teach you to knit, but it's telling you a cast on. I don't even know what a cast on is. And she's like, it's the first row. And I was like, oh, okay. So she shows me and Terry's leaving. She says, good night, everyone.
Night, Terry. It was great seeing you.
Connie at Just Another Stitch is doing, yes, I do know that. Yeah. Connie at Just Another Stitch is doing a stitch.
Yeah, she told me she was redoing it.
Yeah. So I'm going to watch them videos too because I want to learn how to knit better than just a hat. But
the only reason I wasn't waiting to watch hers, Sonia, is because, like she said, I started with Marley's and then I watched Russell's on It's Raining Yarn. Connie knits using, I think, the English, not the continental style, but the English style, which is using both hands, and continental style is using the one hand that most crocheters use.
Yeah.
So I started with Marley Bird because she has a knitting thing. And if you want the link, because it's hard to find, she's planning on redoing the series too. And so if you go and find it on her blog and you just go to the page for signing up for early, the wait list. But she sent out at the beginning of the year the link to her old one that you can go to and find all the videos that they did the first time she taught it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I started learning with that. So,
well, you can still learn a stitch or how to stitch even though they're throwing. I mean, all you got to do.
Yeah. I plan on watching Connie's too. Yeah. I've always planned on it because everybody told me to go and watch Connie's. But I figured I better start to where I know how to hold the yarn before watching somebody who's going to hold it in a way that there's no way I can do it.
Right. True. That's true too. Yeah. I didn't think about that. But the hat that I'm working on, my knitted hat, is my 3rd hat. I made one using different colors. I watched Connie's tutorial on that, where you stop a color. Like you make 3 rows of this color and then you stop that color. You make 3 rows of that color. And but now I don't know how to do color work. I just know how to stop a color and start a new one. But this hat is my 3rd hat. But if you count the one that I did make when I finally did do from that box, the cast on and all that stuff, if you count that hat, it's my 4th one. But when I put that hat on, I was able to stick my hands in it too, and it was still bigger than that. That's how big it was.
I just finished my 6 rows of the first part. Want to see?
Yes, of course. Ooh, pretty. Pretty, pretty. I can't wait to test it. I would appreciate
I am designing my own baby blanket, Sonia, because I know you weren't here earlier.
But I want to get to where I'm more comfortable holding the needles, which I think I am now with the hat. But I want to learn other stitches as well.
Thank you, Sandra. It's a discontinued ice cream yarn from Lion Brand. It's the color mochi.
Okay.
The baby wasn't, well, I guess by now she was supposed to be born. She wasn't supposed to be born until February 4th. And they didn't know if it was she was going to be a boy or a girl. So my niece picked this color out from what I had because they didn't want anything with pinks or purples. They really didn't want anything with blues either. And I told her I was just going to stick with these colors. And she was really happy with that because she's got a lot of stuff in yellow. I'm going to be making this baby lots of stuff. I already told her, my daughter doesn't plan on having a baby, so we won't have a grandbaby. So I'll be making all the things for her.
Right. Well, I was on Facebook about a month or so ago, and I saw where Aiden's pre-K teacher found out that she's pregnant. And so I was like, are you gonna find out what you're having, or are you gonna keep it a secret? And she's like, oh, we're gonna do a gender reveal probably in February or something. And I was like, okay, cool, I'll keep a lookout. And then I was like, because I want to make a blanket. And she was like, oh, that's so sweet.
Yes, I'm probably going to teach Kaylin how to make this before.
Mm-hmm.
Let me show you. I've been working on sweaters because our doctor, his wife, had their second baby in January. So I knew I wanted to make something for the baby. And plus, knew I wanted to make a sweater for our great niece. And at the time, we didn't know if it was going to be a great niece or a great nephew. So I got some kind feather with my last winnings from Hobie.
Aw, he's so cute.
I just started the sleeves.
Have another one, Kaylin. I'll have her make you one too.
Oh, to be having babies.
And then here's the yellow
Oh, pretty.
for the one I'll be making Lila. I always want to call her Layla. I have to think first. I almost said Layla. It's like, no, it's Lila. Lila Kaylee, I think, because I always want to say Layla Kayla. No, that's not it.
Meow.
Abby's as cute as a button.
Yes, yes.
I just need to remember. I want to write my doctor to see how big the baby is because I'm afraid with it being a second baby, sometimes they can be huge.
Mm-hmm.
I'll still finish that if it won't fit him, and I'll just go to Lila and I'll either use the yellow for the boy or I'll just find another color that I have here. I've got plenty of blue if I would need to make something else.
Right.
Because I would just hate to give somebody something that they couldn't use.
Yeah.
I have practice in that. My mom used to buy me clothes for Christmas that were a size too small, thinking that it would help me lose weight.
Mm.
All it did was upset me and make me eat more.
Right. Well, we were talking about bread today, and I was like, because I got a starter. It's a sourdough starter, and I was like, I love sourdough bread, and they're like, ew, and I was
Do
like,
you
well,
know sourdough bread is one of the best breads for you?
yes, I know. Sourdough is my favorite. If I had, like anytime we go out and they have sourdough, that's what I put it on. Whatever sandwich I get, it's gonna be on sourdough. But it's in my refrigerator. But anyways, the girl that gave it to me, she came up there at the diner today, which she used to work there. But was asking people because she had extra, she was gonna bring some more. And Jamie, he was like, no, sourdough is nasty. I was like, no, it is not. And I was like, sourdough is the best. That's my favorite. I said, but now I love bread. It doesn't matter what kind of bread it is. But sourdough is my favorite.
Sourdough is my favorite too. When we stop at our favorite place to stop and get sandwiches on our way home, which is a little farmer's marketplace,
Mhm.
I always get mine on sourdough. Always. And it's funny that you had said that. I was just watching the Spotted Horse. She's a designer, a
Oh,
crochet designer.
oh,
Uh, she has a channel on YouTube, and I hadn't realized that, I guess. I hadn't subscribed to it anyway, so I just subscribed to her, and she goes back and forth between their cabin in upstate New York, a small cabin, and her husband is working, I think, in Kansas City,
mm-hmm.
but only now until I think she said in the spring he should be done there and then back in New York, and she won't have to keep going back and forth. But she made a sourdough starter while she was visiting him. I think she's still there. She
Yeah.
wasn't sure if it was going to work or not though, because you need to use unbleached flour. And she said for some reason, she said I always buy unbleached, but it was bleached flour that was in his cupboard. So
Mm. Well, mine's in my
thank you,
fridge.
Sanja.
So
So I was thinking, I may go look at that and make it, but we are trying to get back to low carbs right now. I've
right.
gained a little bit of weight since Christmas time, and I need to be losing more instead of gaining a little. So I've got to go back to being more strict on low carb. I don't think I have to be quite as strict as I was when I had to lose the weight to have my surgery, but
Is she a former violin teacher?
I don't know.
What's on her YouTube? That's why.
I don't remember reading that on our YouTube.
Is it the Spotted Horse Design CO?
Yeah.
I found it. That's why I was asking.
Oh, yeah, I think there's more than one Spotted Horse. Sorry.
Yeah, there was.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, there was. Some days you're lucky I am not closer to you. No,
Come and beat me up.
I'll just tell Bob I'm going to go beat you up and be gone for a while, and then we can go out and get coffee or something. There, Nightbot just shared your channel.
I did.
Or is that Ambien? No,
Yes.
that's Nightbot.
iBot shared me, but I put in the
Oh,
spot.
you put in that's you. I'm like, okay, I know those colors. That's not Nightbot. Alrighty then. So I got Nightbot working. Yay. Darn thing. I've never had any problems with it, but I know other people have, so I guess it was my turn.
Right.
Kahlua, unless Dad's going to be nice to you, you got to
No,
wait.
he's not, so don't even say it. Dad feeds her breakfast every morning.
Okay.
Sandra, 3 pounds since last Wednesday. I'm struggling with stomach and intestinal issues, and I wonder if it's connected.
To you gaining 3 pounds? Probably. Anything gaining or losing can be connected to stomach issues, especially intestinal issues. Hi, Ellie. How you doing?
Ellie, hey girl. I was not talking to you, Garfield. I said, hey girl, not hey Garfield.
Kahlua, you do not swipe at your brother. You need to go on a timeout. Yes.
I need to go in a timeout.
Why? You being mean to somebody and trying to swipe at their face with your nails?
No, I'm ready for bed.
Oh, okay. Well, I get that too.
I'm ready for bed. I've been ready for bed since I woke up this morning.
Oh, so was I. But I was up extra early for my eyeglass appointment. Well,
Yeah.
for my eye doctor appointment. And I come from a family of with people who have glaucoma.
Oh yeah.
And
Macular degeneration.
my one doctor always would say, "Why are you worried?" Because women don't get glaucoma. It's mostly a male disease. And I said, mostly. You hear what you said? Mostly.
Yeah.
And my grandma had glaucoma. So
Well,
my grandma and grandpa, and every single one of my uncles, plus my dad's had it really bad to the point we were afraid he was going to lose his eyesight. Because back
doing good, silly Garfield. Hi, Garfield.
back in the 80s, they had laser surgery, but they had a limit. You could only do 3 surgeries, and that was it. Because it could cause blindness.
Right.
And then he was able to have more surgeries later on when, the technical things developed, more technical and that. So he's still doing better, but he still has a lot of pressure behind his eyes. So he's got to be very careful. But he's very lucky, because if technical things had not changed the way that he did, he probably would be blind by now. So
what did I just do?
Him and almost all of my uncles were, lucked out. A couple of them, I guess, didn't have that as bad.
Uh-huh.
But I think for those who are left, they're all on eye drops and stuff now. And my whole family gets taken care of at the same eye doctor.
Oh, wow.
Even Bob, he started going there when him and I, got married. So, or even before. But, yeah. So all I have to do is tell him my maiden name, and he's like, "Oh yeah, there's so and so and so." Although they're not supposed to tell you, but he knows that I already know who goes to him. So
Right, yeah.
plus my brother goes there.
Patient confidentiality.
Yeah.
Ellie says there are females in our family that have narrow angle glaucoma.
Yeah. Yeah. So when it wasn't an eye doctor who was telling me that, it was a regular. I had a really bad doctor for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And terrible doctor. He happened to be the doctor that I had when I was diagnosed with HIV, and he was just terrible. But the best thing he ever did was get me in with my specialist, and I fired him.
Right.
And my specialist gave me a name of somebody, even though specialists, I guess, aren't supposed to recommend regular, doctors to you.
Yeah.
He knew I was in search of a really good one, so he gave me a couple names and kind of pointed at the name
Yeah.
of the one, and I was lucky he was, still taking new patients, and I was able to get into him, and I had two great doctors who worked well together for a long, long time.
Well, I went Monday to the eye doctor and I picked out new frames. I've had these for 5 years, same prescription for 5 years. And with how much money I had to pay for the new ones, those will be mine for the next probably 10 years.
Ellie says, thank God yeah, Ellie. Yeah, but as far as my eyes, I didn't listen to him because my dad got me set up with the eye doctor when I was in high school. Well, actually middle school. And I started every year seeing the eye doctor since middle school on. Actually, I think got glasses in high school, so I had to go because then I had glasses after that. But still, they only wanted to see me every 3 years. But once they saw that I was from the family I was from, they're like, nope, every year we need to check you out. You have way too much history.
Yeah.
So I've lucked out, though. I've been very lucky. My brother's lucked out too. He's, as of right now, he doesn't have it either.
That's good.
Sorry, I have to stop and count real quick.
25. I don't want to mess you up counting.
You can talk. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Hope y'all like your new glasses.
50. So we're both going to have new glasses.
Mm-hmm.
Are those your new ones, or you're waiting on your new ones?
My non-doctor's appointment was just Monday.
Okay, that's what I thought you had said.
So hopefully I'll have them either by this coming Monday or the following Monday. About a week to 2 weeks.
Oops, I gained 2 stitches somewhere. I'll recount it later. No more going ahead until I recount it. There are lots of times where I add at least one, but I got to make sure that just going up one size is going to work with the other set of stitches. I think it's looking nice. I'm excited.
You are.
So that's what it's like with the first row for the next section.
Cool.
Oh, but anyway, it exhausted me because I didn't have a good night's sleep last night. But then also, I always get extremely exhausted after they dilute um, dilute my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but that always makes me really tired. I think because my eyes have to strain so much
Mm-hmm.
because everything's so blurry while they're diluted, dilated. I knew I was saying the wrong name.
Well, when you said that, I was like, let me see if it'll catch with her, and then I'll tell her. Pretty.
And they do two different eye drops now where they used to just dilate them. Now they put some kind of
No.
the numbing stuff in, and they do the pressure test, and then they dilute them.
So.
Dilate them.
Well, I mean, they do put water in, or liquid, so it could be diluting them.
Yeah, they melted, diluted.
Ambi says for Ambi-a-thon crafting, the prompts aren't on my community tab like I thought. Okay, well, we'll watch out. I still need to go watch the video, so I don't even know what it's about. I tried to do a couple of yours last year, but I didn't see where anybody was doing them after the first month. And the icon isn't the right size. Okay. If you need help with graphics, let me know. Okay, well, I think we're going to have to call it a night. It is almost 2 hours.
Yeah.
So thank you for joining us, everybody.
Yes.
Remember, our one goal is we want to know what you guys would like to learn about, as in things that Yarny things that we would need to do research on and stuff to look more into. We're probably going to start with next month with looking at the difference between UK or everybody overseas pretty much and the US, what we use for our stitch terms. See if we can figure that out, but we may not be able to. We may not find anything. So remember, if there's anything that you want to learn about, if you think, hey, I wanted to know why this is like this, and it'll, need research. Drop isn't how we do it on this channel, Maritza. I think it already came through on Nightbot. You have to type in "I am beautiful" all together, one word. So, anyways, let us know if there's anything. Kaylin and I both have on our community tabs already posted, and I have made a graphic for it where you guys can let us know what your ideas are and what you would like us to talk about.
Yeah.
So we will keep checking those and see if we get anything else. And we will see you next month. And next month will be on Kaylin's channel.
Who's saying goodbye?
Kalu is saying goodnight to everybody.
Hello.
And she's saying, let my mom get up because I need my treats.
Meow.
Now. Yeah. So, night, everybody. Have a great night. See you soon.
All right. Bye, y'all.
Thank you for joining us.